Alicia. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh my goodness. It has been a long time since I have posted on my channel. It's been like what, 3 to 4 years, right? Oh my goodness. I feel terrible. Y'all, I need to do better. You know what? I'm gonna do better because I really miss doing YouTube videos. So I think the last time I posted was like 2018. A lot has happened since 2018. 2018 to 2022, that's a long time. And a lot has happened. We've had a whole pandemic. We've had, so many things going on in the world. Right now, we have this war going on with Ukraine and Russia. That's the recent news. And whew, it's just been a lot. But that's going to be a whole nother video. Um, I just wanted to start with some updates that I've had throughout my life thus far. But before I do that, if you are here and you know me and you're subscribed, what's up, sis? What's up, bruh? But if you are not, um, why not hit the subscribe button and let's talk, let's chill, and let's link up. I love the YouTube community because you can learn a lot from YouTube, and I think it's important for us to have some kind of connection to each other in this world and in these current times. So definitely hit the subscribe button. I would love to chat with you and just get to know you as a person. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. You are very appreciated, and hopefully you can learn something from my story. Um, I'm the type of person where just recently, not really recently, but for some years now, I've gotten to this place where I'm just tired of catering to other people. I've always been that person where I care what people think, and I always would kind of put people first and make sure that their needs are met before my own, you know? And that's kind of the realization that I've had for myself in the last couple of years throughout so many different situations. And within the last couple of years, maybe the last 2 years, I have just came to this realization that I got to live for me. I only get one life, so I got to live my story and live my dreams and live my passions that I want to do for myself. So I've kind of, I've had a lot of different events happen in my life, bad and good, good and bad, that have led me to these moments. But at this point in time, I've had a lot happen. For example, I've been thinking about having tattoos for a really long time. And, I'm now older, and I thought it was a silly idea to get tattoos at one time. So I kind of 86 the idea from my head from getting them. And finally I said, you know what? Let me just go ahead and let me just get them. So, hence, I now have eighth notes on my hands. And I picked this location because, first of all, it's very intimate to me, and it was my decision. And it really took a long time, and it may seem very simple, like they're very, very beautiful, and they look very simple, but it means a lot to me because A, it's my passion, B, it's intimate to myself. So you don't necessarily know that I have it unless I'm giving you something like DC. I can give you that, and then there it is. Oops, can you see it? I can give you something in your hand, and oh, there's your tattoo. Or if I'm playing and you're looking at my hand, you'll see it on my hand. But it's not necessarily something that's out in the open. And that's something that I wanted for myself. Also, I can see it all the time. Like when I'm writing, I look down, bam, there's my eighth notes. When I'm playing my trombone or when I'm playing my flute or anything like that, I can see my tattoos, and they're more intimate to me. So I love them, and they're so simple, but they mean a lot to me. I'm not going to go into a lot of details and go off onto this tangent about my tattoos, but when I thought of even the idea of getting tattoos, I wanted something that I would love, and that every time I looked at it, I would say, you know what? that was an awesome decision, and I'm glad that I got it. So when I got these tattoos, actually I wasn't gonna get them. I kind of just had the idea back in my head. And then one day I just woke up and said, you know what? I'm going to get my tattoos today. So I woke up, got dressed, and called some tattoo parlors and said, hey, do you have an opening today? I want to get this tattoo today. And I literally called about two, and some of them were booked up. And then I called one other tattoo parlor, and they said, we have an opening in 30 minutes. So guess what Ashley did? She went and she sat in that chair and got her tattoos that day. Off a win, you know? So and I love them. Even now looking at them, I thought that I would hate them later. I still love them every time I look at them, and I'm proud of them. So, let's talk about hair now, because that's what we clicked on the video, right? So, um, I know some of you may or may not know, but my mom, my older sister, and my one of my older nieces has or have had locks. And when I was in college, I actually used to have a lock retwist starter lock business. And I was doing that pretty much for the last 3 years of college. And I got really good at it. Still am really good at it. And I had a lot of clients who used to come to me and get their hair done. Actually started my good friend's hair, and he still has those locks. And I remember the day we put them in, you know. So I have my experience with locks, and what made me think to get them is because I just really feel like I'm in a different place in life. My hair, as all our hair, you know, they all have their own journey, just like we have journeys. And my hair has its own little journey that it's went on for the past number of years. And I've got, just like maybe almost every black girl, we've gotten our hair relaxed. I got my hair relaxed when I was 12. I wore my hair relaxed pretty much all through my teens. Um, and when I was about 21, I finally did a big chop. I think this is in 2012. Yeah, I did my big chop in 2012. I may have the age wrong, but I big chopped. I literally chopped all my hair off. It was short, short, short. I would say like super short. I wish I could demonstrate, but it was really, really short. That was the first time I did my big chop. And when I did my big chop, you know, I kind of was afraid to wear it out. So I wore wigs. I wore wigs. I wore wigs. I wore half wigs. I wore lace fronts. Well, more so half wigs, lace fronts, full wigs, all type of wigs. And you know what? One thing that I do love about wigs is the fact that you can take them off, wash your hair, put it back on, take them off. And that's how I was in the wig phase for a very long time. And I would just, cornrow my hair back and have the wig on top of it. And my hair grew very long, after that. I'd say my hair was pretty much to my middle of my back, going down towards going lower. But in 2018, I was in a really bad place in life. It was a lot going on in my life, and maybe one day I'll post up a video and tell you guys what actually happened. I won't throw any names out there because, it is what it is, but I will just go on and tell you guys what happened, not this video because it's not the purpose of this video, but I was in a really dark place, and my hair reflected it a lot. I mean, when I say it reflected it, it was not strong. Like when I had just did my big chop and my hair was growing, oh, it was thriving. It was so nice. Like it was really, really nice. And one day I just looked at my hair and it just looked weak. It just looked brittle. It was like, I just hated looking at it because it's like, it literally was a reflection of what I was feeling. and what I was going through in my life. So I did another big chop. I chopped it off. And if I can find the photos, I'll probably insert them um, at the end of this video. But once I chopped my hair off that second time, I really felt like a new woman. I mean, I felt like I could conquer the world because it was like all that weight and my hair like kind of told a story. So every time I looked at it, it was like I could feel the pain. And I know that's a really weird thing to say, and you're probably like, what are you talking about? But every time I looked at my hair, I could feel the pain of what I was going through. And it was just really a sad thing to look at. So when I got rid of all that pain, literally got rid of the pain, I felt like a new woman. And at this time, this is when I was first thinking about locks because I saw that locks were very powerful, but I never really liked the bigger locks. I liked the small ones. I always loved the small locks, you know. And one day I saw this woman and she had really, oh my God, her hair was so pretty. But she had these beautiful small locks. And they weren't like small, because I knew about sister locks. I knew about that. But they were not as small as sister locks. They were like really, really small. And I said, I came up to her and I said, your hair is beautiful, blah, 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 blah. I was being a little groupie. And I asked her, I said, what kind of locks are those? And she told me MICROLOCS. And I said, MICROLOCS, what is that? And she just, explained to me what they are. So then I did my research. And when I researched, I saw so many different versatilities and so many different types of MICROLOCS. And that's why I said, you know what? I like those. But for a long time, I was so nervous because if you look at even my videos or if you go to my Instagram page and you see my hair is always big. It's always puffy. Like once, I went natural, oh my God, my hair was just poofy and big, and I knew that when you have locks, you have to go through the starter page, the starter stage, rather. Think that I was confident enough, you know? Um, so I kind of put the micro lock idea on the back seat for a very long time. And, we already know the story behind my tattoo. So I said, you know what? This is the year that I start embracing myself and I start loving the beautifulness and flaws and all, imperfections and all that I have. So one day I went into Stonecrest Mall and, Stonecrest, I love what they've done with Stonecrest Mall here in Georgia. They've definitely, brought out Black Pride and um, black owned stores and different types of things. So one day I went into Stonecrest Mall and I walked up and saw that there was this lock studio. Beautiful lock studio. Oh my gosh. If you ever have a chance, Shea Locs in Stonecrest, shout out to you guys. Love the place. Walked in there and I kind of was asking questions, being inquisitive. And Miss Alicia, who is my loctician, she came up to me and she was talking to me and she said, how about we do a consultation? So I came up again the next day and she did a consultation on my hair. She answered every question that I had. And let me tell you, when Ash has questions, she has questions. And she asks them, I ask so many questions because I'm very inquisitive. I want to know the what ifs, the what not ifs. Like, I want to know everything about everything. So she was very patient enough and she answered my questions. She gave me her opinions on things and, her honest opinions, which I appreciated. So, we did this consultation and at the end, she said, okay, so what do you want to do? I said, okay, yeah, I think I'm going to get them. So I booked the appointment. But I was thinking that I could come like the next day or like maybe that weekend. She was like, no, I don't have availability until February. So I said, till February? Mind you now, this is January. So I'd have to wait a whole month for this appointment. So she was like, okay, while you're waiting for this appointment, I want you to take care of your hair. I want you to really get it healthy and moisturized even more because I can tell it's really, really healthy and moisturized. But I want you to do even more because once you start these locks, we want them to be thriving, we want them to be strong. And I said, okay, cool. I could do that. I could do that. So, one thing I can say about that month, this month from January to February 20th, which is the day that I got my MICROLOCS installed, I learned a lot, not only about my hair, but I learned a lot about myself because I'm sorry, my hair is literally a reflection of me. First off, there's so many different textures in it, and I feel like there's so many different elements of myself that is so beautiful, but it's beautifully flawed because no one is perfect, right? But it was a moment, it was moments where I could really just embrace the flaws, like towards the last couple of days before I was about to get my Microlox installed. I slick back situation, like kind of like the 90s swoop with my hair, gelled it down, swooped it, and then I had it in these ponytails. I had it in one ponytail and I did clip-ins around it. So it was like kind of like a slick back situation. Oh my gosh. I didn't realize how beautifully soft and how amazing my hair is. And I never really gave it a chance. So I definitely appreciate that month because when I got my microlocks in on the 20th, which was 6 days ago, um, it was really just okay, I'm ready. But let me just say, before that day, the week of, I actually called Shea Locs Studio and said, yeah, I want to cancel my appointment. I was like literally about to cancel my appointment. But something in me was like, you know what, don't do it. Just go through this stage. And locks are not permanent. You can comb them out. You've seen your mom do it. You've seen your sister do it. You've seen your niece do it. They have combed their hair out. So it's not permanent. So I went, got my locks in. My boyfriend, my boo boo bear, he came with me and he sat with me the whole time. I'm so glad he was there. I'm really glad he was there because I went through so many emotions when I got my hair done. It was a lot. You know, the install took about 7 to 8 hours. I love Miss Alicia because, like, literally when I came for my appointment, first I came late, which is terrible, but I was fighting Atlanta traffic. If you're in Atlanta, you already know what I'm talking about. But I was fighting Atlanta traffic, and then Miss Alicia was like, "Oh, they do soul food in Stonecrest food court." So guess what? We all did. We went there. We got some soul food. Oh, it was so good. Oh my God, that food was so good. And they have them all the time there. I'm gonna have to get me another plate. But we started late. But that's just the moral of that story. We started late and it took us about 7 to 8 hours on Sunday. And when I was done, first off, it was just a very interesting experience because I said, "Oh my goodness, where's my hair?" Where's my hair? There in these twists. And she like, this she hadn't styled it yet. So I was just looking at the twist just down. And it was the first time in my life where I said, oh my God, my head is big. My head is big. It was like really an alarming experience because remember, I'm someone who loves big hair. I'm someone who loves to flip the hair and do all those things. So I mean, of course, I can flip these. See, I can flip it, but it's not like what I'm used to. So these last couple of days have been a very interesting set of days. It really has. I have been back and forth about loving my locks and hating my locks. I really have. And I don't know if any other lock sisters or brothers have went through this, but I have literally went back and forth about my hair. And I love them because it's different. Like I love the ends. I don't know if y'all can see them. Let me see if I can come up on the screen a little bit. But you see how they're like, yeah, there we go. You see how it's like kind of coily? Like even if you look at these, I love the ends, but that's my hair. And I actually had a woman walk in when I was getting them done, and she was asking Miss Alicia, she said, "Oh, do y'all do the curls on the end? Like, do you have to have that?" She was like, "No, that's just her hair." And when I said, "You know what? That's just my hair. My hair is just naturally curly," but I didn't really realize how naturally beautiful my hair is until I got these locks. So, one thing I will say is that being locked or having twists right now, because they're not locks yet, right? I'm very excited about the future of them. Um, the most scariest part I think was I got them on Sunday, right? So the next day I had to go to the classroom with my hair. You know, so Miss Alicia had put this nice little style in it. I liked it, but I didn't like it on me. It's a beautiful style. A lot of people commented on it. Um, but I was just so scared. And I'm like, why am I scared to go around my students? Like, they're my students. Who cares? They're not going to care about my hair. But it was just an emotional moment for me because I'm like, what if they hate it? What if they sit there and say I look ugly? What if they talk about my hair? Now they're seeing the real me. Should I be showing them the real me? It's just a lot that I went through in these last couple of days. And oh, sorry. Ooh, it's late. But one thing I can appreciate about this experience so far is that it has taught me a lot about myself. It is showing me the beauty of myself that I have missed all these years. And I kind of wish I would have done this earlier because I feel like my hair would be thriving at this point in these locks, and they would look really beautiful already. I mean, even though they're beautiful right now, but they would be already set and ready to go by this point. I mean, I just say for anybody, if you are thinking about getting locks, just go ahead and get them. If you're thinking about it, it's somewhere internally that the Lord is trying to tell you that this is for you. So just do it. But don't do it for anybody else. Don't do it because it's a fad. Do it because you want it. And that because you're the one that has to live with it, right? Do it because you want it. Don't do it for anybody else. If anybody says, "Oh, that's not going to look good on you. That's not pretty," or "Oh, that's not professional," which is not the truth. Don't listen to any of that. But if anybody ever says that to you, don't listen to that. Follow your heart and follow your mind. Because if you're thinking about it, it's something that I believe and that you should believe that is for you. Okay? So I could talk a lot more about this subject, but I've already went way past the time that I thought I was going to take to discuss this. I guess the long story short is that I now have my locks. I'll give you guys a view of them. I'm going to take my headphones off so you can see what I'm working with. You can kind of see what I'm working with here. But Miss Alicia did a very good job on just making sure all my parts are straight. I've kind of messed with them a lot. I wasn't supposed to take them out of the style, but I took them out, and I've kind of played around with them. Like you see this, you see what I'm doing right now? I do that all the time. I'm probably not supposed to be doing that, but it's okay. I'm going to try to teach myself to stop. But um I'm very excited about where this journey is going to take me. I'm excited to see them thrive and do different things and just fluff up and get long. I'm excited to see their growth. Just like I'm growing, I'm excited to see my hair's growth and see what happens as time passes by. I'm definitely going to listen to the phrase that everyone has said to me thus far, which is trust the process. And I know somewhere down the line, someone has said that to you. if you are considering locks in any form, trust the process. Like, I'm really trying to just be humble and trust the process. And I feel like that in itself is such a learning experience. Because I'm one of those people where I just want to get right to the finish line, you know? But this process is literally about the journey, you know, and riding this journey all the way through. So I'm 6 days in, you know, they're looking the way they've been looking. Let me see if I can like put my thing down. You know, they're looking the way they've been looking. You know, I'm gonna give them time. So I've kind of wore like different styles. Like I think I wore them all in one. Right now they're looking crazy, but they weren't looking crazy like this week. I wore them like in this like Mulan bun situation. I had them like all up and then I put like a little bun. Then I had a halo braid the first day I got them in that day when I took the first time I took the style out. I had a halo braid going around my head, and then I had the Mulan bun, and then I took the front and braided it down where I had like two braids like that. So now, I don't know what it's doing today. It's kind of shrunken up a little bit. It's looking really shrunk up, which is weird because I don't know what's happening, why it's shrinking up so much. But I think that's a part of the process too. Y'all let me know in the description, you know, if this is normal. But I do have a retwist set up again on the 20th of March. Um, I don't think I'm gonna do the interlocked situation. I may not, but I may for real do it. I'm just gonna play around with it, and I just want to do what's best for my hair. I had a big one here in the front, and I kind of split it, and I don't know. My hair is kind of doing some crazy stuff right now. I don't know if it's just because I didn't really care today, so I kind of just had them doing their own thing. But um, yeah, I'm gonna trust the process and see how this one goes. So thank you so much for joining me on this video. I know it was, ooh, what is going on over here? Sorry. I know today in this video it was a lot being spoken of, but I just wanted you to just see my process and see what's going on in my life thus far and with my music. And I didn't even really mention my music. I talked about everything else but my music, which is very weird. Very not me, but definitely wanted to mention that. It's been a lot going on, and I just want you guys to just stay healthy, stay sane, do what you need to do that's great for you, and be great. So I'll see you guys in the next video. I will try to post on here every week so you can see my process. And you know, I think this is really important to see the growth because just as we grow, our hair grows with us. So I'm excited to see how these locks do, how they treat me, and you know, how they grow. So thank you so much, my loves. I'll see you guys in the next video. Mwah! Bye.